All right, 7:30. We're going to call the Subcommittee on Higher Education Appropriations to order. If you'll look at, we'll go through what changes that we have. Our first change will be at 41-13-2. This is a $200,000 add for Clark Atlanta University for the prostate cancer research that they're doing. Again, a $200,000 add to already $100,000 that's in the base for that measure. The next change is 41-15-6. This is an increase to the Middle Georgia Aviation. This is to support increased enrollment. As we've seen, there's been a high demand in Georgia for aviation, especially in the regards to pilot and A&P folks to make sure the aircraft are underway. This is in light of a 19% enrollment growth, flight wait list, and this is to help keep up with the high demand in that area. 41-15-7 is the next change. We're adding $500,000 to the Center for Rural Prosperity and Innovation. This is for two measures. One's the Engineer, Design, and Plan for Forest Products Innovation and Education Center. And the second one is phase one of a study to quantify the deferred infrastructure maintenance needs in our rural counties. Next change, 41-15-8. Something that we've been working on as far as the mental health, and this is would be $1.5 million to provide funds to establish the David Ralston Center for Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities at the University of Georgia. Purpose is to make sure that we're building a workforce of professionals and a clearinghouse for research here. Next change, true up, this is 41-23-2 under the Georgia Military Preparatory School. We're doing some formula true ups. We $58,750 that we found, that's due to 15 less students. So we're just truing up the formula there. And then if you look on 41-23-5, we're providing a $45,000 security grant as we're doing across the board for K through 12 education. Next area, if you'll look at 44-1.1, this is the initial funding for an adult learner high demand field scholarship. It is $500,000, and this is for students 25 and older, and is subject to appropriations and rules and regs by the Georgia Student Finance Association Commission. Next change is 44-2-1. This is increasing the funding for Inclusive Post-Secondary Education Grant, IPSE, as many of us may know it. This provides additional slots, plus it also provides additional money because of there's a need for additional faculty to carry out that mission, and that's $1,644,000. Next change, 44-7-1. If you'll remember in the amended budget, we took some money out of the HERO Scholarship. Let me be clear about this. What we have seen is on average between $200,000 and $300,000 each year for the last 3 years as far as what it is dispersing. So we are simply bringing that expenditure back into line with what it has been for the last 3 or 4 years. And they do have a reserve in case it should go above that. So that's $300,000 that we've found there. The next line is the Hope Scholarship. Is 44-11-1. And again, there was one change from the recommended budget by the governor, and there's an additional $3,179,000 that we have transferred to the pre-K lotto funds there. I think we also did that in the amended budget. make sure that we're shoring up pre-K. Next change, 4418-2. We have funded $35,000 to put into a program, and this is for a veterinary loan repayment program, similar to what we've done for other needed positions. And we're simply starting this program or adding $35,000 to it. Now, the Technical College System of Georgia. The next change is 4616. This is for a workforce accelerator pilot program, and we have initially funded it at $650,000. We found that this is about $6,500 per slots, that this would allow this pilot program to begin with 100 slots. And then, from there we can come back and amend it or future budgets to adjust accordingly. Next change is 4635. Again, this is something different. We found out that there was some inadvertently OPB left out a group of employees out of the COLA, the statewide COLA, and the $34,162 is simply where we're adding that to make sure that we cover that group of employees. Next change, Technical College System of Georgia, 4661. We're adding in $7,421,000. And again, we know that there's some very high cost, high demand programs out there in the technical college, and we're simply trying to put some additional funds to reflect the high cost nature of these high demand areas. So that's an addition of $7,421,000. Next, under workforce development, you'll see an add of $450,000. This is a transfer from economic development. Chairman Houston, I think probably you saw that transfer. This is where it's landing here. We're simply taking from the Department of Economic Development into the technical college system, where the workforce development is actually being housed. Those are the changes for the higher ed portion of the budget. Is there any questions or comments? With that, we have a move and a second. So any further discussion? Hearing none. What's the will of the committee? We got it. So do I hear a vote? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, like sign. And it passes. Thank y'all. We are adjourned.